presence.
They're waiting for the check, and here it comes. The swing and a miss from D1, and something is just a straight-up killer. Two back-to-back. Ethan gets a chance to punish. He's not clean enough. Something is absolutely demonic right now. Trying to get across the line. PRX are holding on here. They want to tie up the series, get us back to a 1-1 scoreline. PRX, map 2's theirs.
Is it over? Is W Gaming dead? Because PRX got eliminated from Champs today, and I thought I would show you a little clip there of some of the good times. Right back when PRX had just leveled it up 1-1 in the grand final of Champs last season, to where we are now, where it feels like all hope has been lost as they crash out of Champs this year. And weirdly, this game, they started with a dominant showing on Icebox. 13-3, destroyed EDG on their map pick. And then on PRX's map pick, they actually lost. It was a close first half, but then in the second half, EDG ran away with it. And then by the time we got to Lotus, they got absolutely destroyed. So how on earth did this team, you know, because they did turn up today because they won that first map convincingly, probably the best map that they played maybe all season, to then the game on Lotus. What on earth happened? Well, let's start with the good, and I'm just going to show you the start of a round here on Icebox, round number 7. And I just want you to take note of some of the things that happen here, some of the little moments that happen here from PRX, because this really, I think, does demonstrate what my point is going to be in this video.
Win. EDG are really struggling here. Kang.
Spike down B.
Let's grab himself the one before the trade comes through, seeking to punish that drone.
I got the spike.
Orbs are being picked up. The war machine is starting to chug here if you are PRX. And the wall as well. Dropping a vibe wall to take.
Okay, so I want to talk about this round and talk about what was going so right for PRX in the first map. And this round really, I think, demonstrates it very well. At least the start of this round does. Because we're going to get Kang pushing up here, right? And I just want you to take note of some of the things that happen, right? Is anyone ahead of the drone here for PRX? No. No, they are not, right? We are waiting for this drone. We are jump peeking here from Divide to check if anyone is, you know, super pushed up long, and this drone may not even see them, right? Is there, like, serious danger here? We're jump peeking that as well. We are together. Okay, Kang does actually manage to get a kill first, right? But we're doing stuff together. We're playing as a team. We're playing smart, sensible Valorant. Then just take a look at what happens next, right? So something, we're going to dash across here. Do we dash across with no util? No, the Silver Dart is here. We're doing our jet smoke. We're dashing across. Right, so we're doing it with util. Everything we're doing is, you know, as a team, as you know, with util. Up we come. We're now going to shock dart this. Something comes up to this Viper wall. Okay, something is ahead of the rest of his team here. Okay, there's a little bit of a gap between something and the rest of his team. What does he do? He says, "Let's drop the wall." This is him pinging, dropping the wall. I want someone else to come with me and fight this, right? And my freak's going to take kind of the deeper line here. Okay, so look, they wait until, look at this now. Look at the map now. So the wall has just dropped. The wall has just come down here. Did we do it when something was on his own? Did he push through this wall on his own unsupported? No. He waited until his teammate was here so that they could fight this together. And guess what? They get this kill. Right? This is the PRX that is good. Right? Where you would say that that was a fairly aggressive play maybe by PRX. But it was done as a team. Now let's come to the final round of that Icebox game again, where you're going to see, one, the individual skill of particularly something in this round hitting a pretty incredible shot, but then again, more good team play.
It's just a squeak. Any sense of masculinity out the window, if I had it already, but here it is, PRX. Something is lighting him up, man. And he's sharp, he's locked in, you can tell, man, the way he is snapping to these angles. Snap into the util. And a deep push from PRX shows all the confidence in the world. They've already taken B main control. They are putting the squeeze on EDG. They're looking to end this entire map here and now. Hunter's Fury pushes them through. It's straight up the gut, in through mid. So much uncertainty, you cannot stand your ground.
So again, after something gets this kill, does he overheat? Does he go crazy? You know, does he do something stupid? No. Gets out, destroys the knife, realizes, oh, they're pushed up quite deep already. I'm just going to get out. What does he do from here, right? Does he come try and flood back onto the site on his own? No, he sticks here, right? He stays, waits for his teammate. We've got a double flank coming here on A as well. And they come up with the plan of, okay, we're going to Sovereign them as they're trying to, you know, kind of come onto the site and trying to plant. And are we going to go out, you know, on our own with no util? No, we're going to go out with this Sovereign whilst they're trying to juke and dodge it. We get the kills. The ult finds 2 kills. It's just good stuff, right? It's just good stuff. Yes, there is aggression in there, but the key component is that we're doing it as a team. Now let's take a look at the flip side, though. Let's take a look at that Lotus game. And actually, the first thing I want to talk about is their comp. Because, to be fair to PRX, in terms of, like, being fair to the players, it wasn't just that they played an awful game. This comp did not help them at all. And PRX have, and, you know, the PRX, you know, the true paper boys and paper girls out there, you know, that are true fans of PRX, you guys all know that they have a tendency to do this, where in these crucial games, they'll just go back to an old comp. And in my memory of those times that they do this, where they try and play the hits, like this was their Lotus comp from last season, right, before the Sky nerf. It just doesn't work, right? They try and do this kind of stuff, and it just doesn't work. And today was another glaring example of it, where it did not work, and I'll talk about some of the reasons why. But first, let's take a look at round 3, the anti-bonus round for PRX.
Repeat what you say.
Exactly. Some signs of intelligent life coming from me. Nade up and over. This is PRX opting into the fight. The skirmish once more, but with Jing toppling, falling, something not able to evacuate. That was an updraft dash to survive, and Mindfreak is hard committed. Can't reset the aim.
So, first things first, let's talk about the comp problems that PRX had, because this is a good example of it, right? And the first problem that they had with this comp is they just couldn't win this A fight. Couldn't win this A fight whatsoever. And to be fair, EDG are playing a comp that, you know, is pretty good at winning this A fight, right? They're playing a comp that's kind of designed to win the A fight. But PRX, no matter how many bodies they threw at it, whatever they tried, they just could not win this space. They just couldn't do it. The only time they even half managed it was when they had a Razor and EDG ran away. But otherwise, they just could not manage it. And I have to say, you know, at this comp, it feels like a last-minute decision thing. Because this makes no sense anyway. Right? Why is Jing starting here in tree to open the door when he's the one with the nade? Right? Why is this your Jet and this your Raze? It doesn't make any sense. Right? Like, this makes no sense. Why would you not want to Raze straight away? You know, use the Raze nade straight away. If you want someone to open the door here for Devi to dog out, right? If that's your whole plan, I mean, 1, he probably can do it on his own anyway. But 2, if you did want someone here, it definitely shouldn't be your Raze who should be throwing that nade anyway to start off with. Right? Like, because this just makes no... I mean, just look at it. Right? Obviously makes no sense. Because, I mean, this can happen. Exactly what does happen is a big threat. The Omen's going to TP across, and or Kankang's going to run across, and there's nothing to stop him because there's no nade there. And now you're trying to throw a nade, right? Not only are you trying to throw a nade, but you're also just in the dog's, like, you're ahead of the dog and just, like, actively blocking it, and you can't move because the dog... It just makes no sense, right? None of it makes any sense. And it's just awful. So that's the other thing, right? They not only could they not win this fight, but also it looked like they just weren't, you know, practiced enough to do so, right? And then we're gonna get, this is nice by EDG, right? I think they're gonna stun, flash, whatever over here, so that something dashes, and then he dashes into this seat, right? So he then, you're gonna see, look, he dashes into this seat because I think he gets flashed. I think he gets breach flashed. You know, a breach did. You can see Simon has used both flashes here, so that's what I'm assuming this is. And he just gets caught by the tether and dies there as he's trying to updraft away. So nice by EDG, good util by them, and then Mindfreak is on his own. But you can see that it's just an awful A fight, right? And this is against, you know, their bonus round, and we are getting absolutely destroyed. Okay, now into round number 9, where we have similar problems for PRX.
PRX have 4 players over towards A. They want to control Rubble. They need that comfort that A is locked off. Their comp doesn't thrive with it, though, and EDG have taken B instantly.
Full recognition of the gaps that the composition leaves open. A B plan, a slight tap from nobody, but now to commit! Oh, something! He's so ahead of his team, they just can't quite play off of this one. There's a flash into the places again to push them back and away with the door open for Forsaken. Not anticipating it. Fully blinded though, Devi. Not willing to give up the sights, but smoked off, cut out of the picture.
I mean, you know what I'm gonna say. You know, like, it's not rocket science, is it? You know what I'm gonna say here. I mean, again, we have to commit 4 people here to taking A, right? So we just leave B site completely open. Okay, and this was a problem for them, right? Like, this is a comp problem to me. And again, they're doing this door thing with Jing. I don't really get it, but whatever, right? But this was a comp problem to me, that they didn't feel like they could take A control with 3 players, right? And they needed that 4th player, and therefore, you know, that leaves B completely wide open, right? And EDG do a good job of exploiting that, and do a good job here as well, right? But that, I mean, this, I mean, just unbelievable, right? You've got an Omen and a Sky standing right here, you know, right next to you. You have an Omen flash and 2 Sky flashes to use. And again, like, the protocols, like, aren't there, because again, you'd probably say, like, in this situation, you want Jing here, right? He's got a Boombot, which is good for this. He's got a nade, which is good for this, right? Like, you want this agent here in this situation when they're on this side of the map. Rather than going for this, you'd rather them be here, right? Your agent is good at that. You'd rather these two be flipped. And you've got plenty of time to kind of sort that out, right? Time's not really an issue. And instead, well, I mean, he does get a kill. Look, he gets a kill. And I know you say, oh, he got a kill. But we could have had 2 kills here and no death, right? If we played it correctly. And instead, we don't. And then similar thing is going on here, right? That you'd think you'd want this door to, like, kind of be opening and these guys to start looking here at kind of the moment that Jing is ready to swing around this corner. But instead, we open the door and it's kind of like, you know, fully open. You can see here from Forsaken's POV, like, it's literally fully open. And Jing is not even round that corner yet. Right? I guess that he's trying to play off the timing of, you know, something's just done this. But this is what I mean, that it's kind of a cascading effect of this guy just does this for no reason. And that maybe forces this guy to think, well, I should just do this now because, you know, let's just force them to look as many different ways as we can, which means that his timing with Jing is off. And so then it's just a crumbling house of cards where Chichu just goes, you're dead. And then he's just going to turn around and say to Jing, you're dead. And I mean, well played by Chichu, right? But you see the problem here for PRX, that it's just like a cascade of dominoes of one guy does something stupid and then everyone else kind of has to just catch up to them. And teams these days are just too good to where you can't make those kind of mistakes. And then finally, round number 11 is a really good example of both sides of this coin. And again, just take a look at what happens when PRX try and do something on their own versus when they do it as a team.
To fight. Follow up past it. The camera's finally broken. A dealt with Divide. That's a peek off of his own flash. And he's just never going to be favored there. Too many positions to play the anti from. EDG once more. Roll out the red carpet at this point. It's easy access to these sites, and the retakes just have not been there. But PRX will make a good go of things once more. This time out through the back. Satchel's in play. Attack from Simon. There's that uncertainty up and through. Not dead yet. Smoggy back into the fight and the fray, but the kills collected. Bodies toppled, falling. Smoggy needs to be given something here to play his teammate in, but nobody's now going to be that last one left. Into a 1v2 with 12 seconds. Whistle down to almost 0. And 2 bullets left in the chamber. There's no more options. Has to stick it for any chance, and Forsaken knows it.
It's almost like 2 different teams there in this one round, right? From where Devi is doing this and flashing out, and there is a little caveat here, but right, that camera, so Forsaken had a camera out here, right? And it's, I think, heard multiple people and also multiple people shot at it. So you probably have a decent idea. This is where the majority of the team of EDG is, right? You've got a Cypher set up here on A. There's not really a reason to do this, to be honest, right? There really isn't a reason to do this. And something is with Devi, you can see that, but they're going to get hit, I think, by the Clove Medal just here as it happens. Maybe that is the thing that convinces something to come back. Honestly, maybe he gets team flashed by Devi. I don't even know. But you're just always in trouble when you're doing this, right? Like, there's so many different positions they could be in. It's got such a low chance of success, one little Sky Flash, you know, against the majority of a team, and you can only be in like one small area, right? But then when we get into this part, I mean, this is like a death squad, right? This is like no one is beating PRX in this round at this point, the way that they play this. Because EDG don't have a chance, right? They get absolutely eviscerated here, right? The aim is so good. They're swinging off each other. It's so amazing. They're playing, you know, they got Forsaken still in heaven playing high lows. Like, just really, really good. EDG had a 6-on-4 here with the Cloval, and they didn't stand a chance, right? And then the time gets low. And even watch this, right? The way that these two play this 2v1, we are not losing this round, right? We have a high-low here with the spike, you know, pretty close by. The time comes down, and then as the time starts to get low enough, something is then going to updraft and, you know, kind of get away from this so that he can play safe, because now there isn't enough time for you to plant the spike and kill both of them. So you see here, when this kill comes in, he's literally just hugging this wall, right? Like, we are playing this, we are not losing this round, right? Because of the way that we played that, right? And now I'm going to go on a bit of a ramble here about PRX and what they should do next, because a lot of people are going to say to PRX, like, you need to make a roster change, you need to change your philosophy, you need to, you know, do all of these different things. For me personally, if you go and watch Icebox, they can win a tournament with this roster, right? They can win a tournament with this roster in maybe a better meta for them, right? Maybe this wasn't the meta, their map pool was a bit shaky this time, whatever. They probably weren't going to win this tournament anyway. I don't think many people expected them to. Not making it out of group is a disappointment. They can still win with this roster. I think they need a psychological coach, right? I think they need a kind of mental coach to, like, talk them through situations and make sure they aren't panicking. Because to me, I think when you see those moments of, you know, I'm doing this on my own, it's either pure arrogance, right, that's costing them, or more likely, I would say, anxiety and feeling like, maybe I need to do something here, you know, maybe I need to do something for my team because we're all struggling. And so you end up making the wrong decision, right? So I think that that's the change that really they need, that they need to work on kind of, you know, their mental in these situations. And that's the change that I hope they make going forward. But who knows? Maybe it is the death of W Gaming. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But it's a sad day for PRX fans.